So you just got back from London.
Yes.
Can we expect Turning Point USA to be expanding to other countries?
100%. Turning Point UK. I'm going to be visiting Brazil in May. The amount of interest we have in what we're doing here is really extraordinary. It's becoming a worldwide movement. And I have to tell you, we have 6 countries represented here, from Australia to Brazil to the UK to Germany. It's amazing to see the amount of interest. And look, this is a fight for Western civilization now. Obviously, America is the most important piece. I mean, as America goes, the entire world goes. But we have to understand that our partners and our allies for freedom in other countries are just looking and starving for an organization like Turning Point USA to give them the programming and the platform and the training to be able to fight back against the Marxists and the radical left.
So does the messaging change at all? Because I know that the rules are different or the law is different in other countries.
Well, we're working through that right now. The message will stay the same, that freedom must, it must be preserved and protected in all countries. The free enterprise system is the most moral, proven, and effective economic system ever discovered, and that the rule of law must be paramount in any sort of civil society, and that Western civilization is the greatest experiment that has occurred ever in the history of humanity. So that will be, consistent all throughout, every one of the countries that we engage in.
So when President Trump is out of office, do you foresee the Republican leadership going back to the status quo, or do you think that the GOP is kind of shifting in an identity?
Well, I hope we are now a party that fights. I hope we become a party that understands when we fight, we win. I mean, you just look at what's happening with the border wall. We'll see what happens, I guess, is we'll see what happens, what the president always says. But if all of a sudden, like, things change because the Trump says, no, I'm not going to just go along with the status quo. I'm not just going to sign a continuing resolution to keep the government open. All of a sudden, the House passed the bill that was, what he wanted, which was more for border security and for a wall. You look at Justice Kavanaugh. If we wouldn't have fought and just kind of relented and dropped his nomination like a lot of people wanted us to, we wouldn't have that Supreme Court justice filled with an honorable Supreme Court justice. So make no mistake that the number one lesson we can learn from the Trump presidency is that when Republicans are allowed to fight, in fact, we have to fight. And when we do fight, we're going to win. And what does fighting look like? It means, first and foremost, not backing down to the mob. The left's number one weapon against us is the mob. They love using it, whether it be the boycotts, whether it be the social media, individuals that come after us, whether it be trying to storm us out of college campuses, whether it be trying to come and find us in the streets. They are a mob, and they like to use the mob to silence us. And it means when you have to stand for truth, no matter how difficult it is. And Trump has done that so heroically time and time again.
So on the topic of the left, what is your single most or best advice that you would give to somebody or a student or anyone who wants to engage in a debate?
Well, ask questions, be civil. They won't be. Do not engage in ad hominem attack, even if they do. Use humor and wit where possible. And also understand that we're going to have the best data, facts, logic, so on and so forth, and they will immediately try to attack your intentions. And if they say they have good intentions, then there's no way that they can possibly be a leftist, because the leftist wants to destroy America as we know it. Liberals actually might want to preserve America. They just have a different way to interpret it. Leftists want the complete and fundamental destruction of Western civilization in this country. They think capitalism is a mistake. They think we lived in a rigged patriarchy. They think the Judeo-Christian construct is evil. They want to burn down everything that we love and we hold dear. And we can have a civil conversation about it, but we have very little to agree on.